Well, hello there. How are you? Greetings to you. Greetings to you. Hello, hello, hello. Greetings to you. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. Let me move this camera back a little bit. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Hello, Canada in the house. How are you? Hello, hello, hello. Greetings to you all. Hello. Greetings to everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miss Karen. Thank you so much. Hi, T. Marie. How are you? Hey, Wanda. Well, thank you. And you know what? On this camera, the colors are very vibrant. Because I'm looking at the color. It looks very beautiful, too. And it's actually not that vibrant. It's more of a pale blue. But thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, Linda. Hey, Dana. Dana, I sent you some emails back and forth. I just got your email today, so I have to go back and respond again. I have to look at my schedule, okay? Because I was wondering if you were getting my messages. Greetings to you all. Thank you so much, Hope. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you so much for being here. I'm actually not on Instagram. I'm usually on Instagram, but I had to change my camera. I actually I had to change how I stream because I was using Restream and the camera quality is horrible. Hey April, thank you so much for being here. But I had to change the camera quality because of the fact that I had to change how I stream because the picture quality on Restream was just terrible. I got to find another. Hi Brandon, how are you doing, sir? Thank you so much. You said shout out Nick Hers. Hi Nick Hers. How are you doing, sir? Dad wanted me to send you a shout out, so thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Well, thank you, Mr. Brandon, for being here, for coming out of your comfort zone to come and watch live. Thank you so much for being here. But so I'm not, usually I'm on Instagram and I'm on LinkedIn at the same time. But that's because of the fact that I use the app Restream, and using Restream, every time I go back and look at the quality of the picture, the quality of the picture is terrible. But before I even start, I'm just letting some people come in. I'm letting you guys know today is June 30th, and it is about 8:20 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so if you guys are coming in after this date and time, that means you are watching the replay. And if you go and look up at the top, it'll say was live or live. If it says was live, that means I'm no longer live. And I know a lot of you get upset because you say hello and I don't respond back. It's because of the fact that I'm no longer live. And so just look, if it is not 8:20 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which remember you add 2 hours for Central Standard Time and 3 hours Eastern Time, and today is Sunday, June 30th. So if you're not on right now, that means you're watching the replay. And a lot of you get frustrated because I take a long time to say hello. So what I want you to do is stick your finger up to the screen, and there's going to be a button on the right and a button on the left and a pause button in the middle. I want you to fast forward past the salutations so you can get right to the message. But I am just saying hello and waiting for people to come in so that I can get started. So I am just on 2 streams today. I am not on, hey, just be real. Thank you so much for being here. I wasn't sure if you were going to be here. I didn't want to bother you or text you because I know that you get up early in the morning, and I didn't want to bother you, but I'm so honored. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to you that you are here, that you're able to be here. And you don't have to worry. I'm not on Instagram because the camera quality is so bad on Restream. And I went back and looked. It looked like I was washed out, and I blended in with the background. So I'm only on 2. I'm only on Facebook, and I'm only on YouTube. Thank you so much, Just Be Real. I sure appreciate you. Thank you for coming. I'm not going to be on long. I'm not going to do a bunch of question and answers because I want to respect my moderator, because my moderator comes on and she takes care of me a lot. And last week, she was seriously missed. I really, truly missed her. So I missed her. So I'm not going to take a long time tonight, okay? Thank you so much. Hey, dude, 06, thank you so much for being here. Hey, chicken lover. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Daphne, thank you so much for being here. I am so honored. Thank you so much, Just Be Real. I know you are busy. I know you are tired. And so I am not going to keep you long, okay? He's happy for the shout out. Will you tell him I'm honored that he enjoys my channel, Nick? Nick Hers. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hold on. You know what? You got me. You got me, Bengal boy. What you just said was you called me a nigger. You got me. You got me. I know he was happy for the shout out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hook you up. Hey, Just for real, look for Bengal boy. Bengal boy, you got me. So go and block him because he's no longer welcome. Got you. You got me. You got me. That was a good one. Pound on that. You got me. You got me. Yeah, go up. There's a guy by the name of Bengal Boy. Bengal Boy. He's about 1, 2, 3. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, block him. He got me. He got me. He got me. I don't know what that means, Jose, but welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for being here. So, thank you, Shonda. I mean, you're dealing with ignorant people sometimes, and people come on, and a lot of people, Shonda, want attention. And so a lot of times, guess what they do? They get attention on your channels. You know, they say little things, they say little undercuts and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And so that's all right. Yeah, get them narcs out. And some of you guys, thank you so much, John. I appreciate you. And some of you guys that are always here, let me know if you want to volunteer as a moderator. You guys will fall right underneath Just Be Real, and you guys will be welcome to block as well. Some of my moderators, because I haven't been here in a little while, so some of my moderators, thank you. Sometimes they're not on as often. They come in afterward. But if any of you guys are interested in moderating, you will fall under Just Be Real. Just Be Real will give you instructions, and you are also welcome to assist me because you got ignorant people on here. And one thing we want to do is we want to make sure we keep a clean environment. Just Be Real. Make sure Jose Ramos is escorted out as well. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. Thank you so much. All right. Right. But just let's get Jose out of here. We'll go ahead and get Jose out of here. Escort him on out. You'd like to help moderate? Oh, Dana, I'll be more than honored. Let's see. Bam. There you go. There you go. There you go, Dana. Thank you so much. So make sure Jose gets escorted out. Hey, Don Osmond, how are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Dusty Newen, how are you? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for being here. All right, you guys ready? So let's go ahead and get to our topic. Let's get to our topic. Thank you so much, Alicia. I appreciate you. There we go. Hello, Vermont. How are you doing? Thank you so much. Well, I'm usually intimate on Sundays. So thank you so much. Thank you, Conita. That's a beautiful name, Conita. Thank you so much. I know I haven't been here in a while, so thank you guys. Well, thank you so much, Shonda, for being here. This is your first live. Thank you for being here. Well, let's go ahead and get into our topic. We're just doing some house cleaning. I got Miss Dana and Just Be Real. They're on it, doggone it. And we gonna make sure hey, Tabitha, we're gonna make sure we go ahead and get started. I'm gonna let them handle my lightweight. And thank you so much. And I thank you so much for being here. You guys make sure you escort Mr. Jose out. He wants a little attention, and so we're going to give him that attention. There you go. We're going to give him that attention. He wanted the attention. He got the attention. There you go. But anyway, so let's get started. So you guys see my title, and the title is, I don't care what you say, I know he loved me or she loved me. Okay, so usually when I see that type of comment, as you guys know, I am a licensed mental health, practitioner. So I am a licensed mental health counselor. I'm also a certified coach trainer, and I am a coach, obviously. And the thing about it is that whenever I see the comment, I don't care what you say, I know that narcissists love me. Give me just a minute. Let me fix my stand. Let me get the stand right. There we go. So I can be a little more intimate with you guys, get a little closer so I can see. She said she got work to do tonight. Usually the trolls come out when you know you're going to talk about something good. That lets you know. Thank you so much. Thank you, Key. Thank you so much. But usually when I see that stand, now remember, I am a licensed mental health counselor. And I am also a certified coach trainer. And so I do a lot of coaching. I do a lot of counseling. And usually when people come in, I can usually tell by what they're saying whether they are in a state of cognitive dissonance or in a state of denial. And when you say that, I don't care what you say, I know what I felt and I know it was real. It lets me know that love bombing and that trauma bonding that they did, it worked. And the thing about the sad part about it is that you put yourself out there, you put yourself out there to love someone, whether you're a man and you're loving this woman, you're doing whatever you can to make sure that she's taken care of, or you as a woman, you're loving this man, and you really truly love this person. And what they're doing is that, yeah, it's all a lie. And all they're doing is they're playing a game with you. And you have to understand that you're not dealing with a normal person. For most people, you look at these narcissists as being the average person like you or a person just like you that thinks the way that you think. And what happens is just like a narcissist will project themselves on you. They project all their negative attributes on you and make it seem like you're the one with the issue. You're the one with the problem. And the thing is that some of you project your good attributes and your good traits onto this narcissist. And you think the way that you look at them through rose-colored glasses. You look at them because in your mind, you think to yourself, there's no way that a person can really be like that. And then you'll go back and think about how you were at one point in time. And most of us probably were narcissistic growing up. And when I say narcissistic, we had narcissistic traits. You played the game, you were out there, doing whatever. Men, you were playing the game, you the player, debonair. And then on top of that, some of us women, we were out there doing our little thing, playing our little game, we're doing our little thing, thinking we're not going to get caught or whatever, until you get mushed and you find, you get mushed in the face and you end up connecting with a person that actually is a narcissist. You may have had narcissistic traits, and then eventually with narcissistic traits, you grow up and you grow out. But a narcissist does not grow out, they get worse. And you're not dealing with a normal person. You're dealing with an individual that has a mental illness. Now, most people argue that that is not a mental illness. It is a personality disorder. But you have to remember that that personality order is a part of the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. It's the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Psychiatric or Mental Disorders, and it is classified under a personality disorder. What is a personality order, and why do we call it a mental illness? Is because of the fact that it affects the thoughts of a person. It affects their social interaction with people. It affects their their social interactions, their thought processes. It affects their behavior. So it affects the way that they think. They don't have empathy. They don't have emotional empathy. They have cognitive empathy. Emotional empathy means that, and God forbid I say this all the time, when you're talking about emotional empathy, you're talking about an individual that knows how to step into your shoes and feel for the moment what you feel. And what that is, for example, and I use this example, God forbid, any of you who have lost your mother or your father and you love them, or a grandmother, my deepest condolences. And the thought is, when we have emotional empathy, the thought is I can't imagine how much that must hurt you. I can only imagine, I don't know what it's like to be without whomever, and I can only imagine the pain that you're going through. I am so sorry. Is there anything that I can do? Because I know there's not words that I have. That's emotional empathy, to be able to say, oh my gosh, I cannot imagine what she or he is feeling, because I've never experienced that before, and I can't imagine what that is like. You see what I mean? Cognitive empathy means that they understand how the emotions work. That means if I push this button, I know you'll do this. And what they do is they do it long enough where they pick up on how people react and respond. They know you may be a different person than this person right here. You may be the type of person that loves family. You may be the type of person that really honors and loves family. So when they love bomb you, as you're giving out information, loving and family is the image that they portray for you. Family is what they talk about. Family is what is the role that they play with you. Now, that same narcissist may go to another person, and your thing, you may not have family, so your thing is education, work ethics, and things like that. So guess what they do? They present that to you. And then that becomes, and then they figure out love languages. You know what I mean? They figure out love languages. A man, and gentlemen, kings, just correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm a woman. I learned this from a woman. A man, one thing that a man wants respect, and he wants respect and honor. Don't ever embarrass a man in public. Don't embarrass him. And the thing about it, and we joke about, the one way to a man's heart is through his stomach. But in actuality, you can have the best sex with a man if you want to. But the thing about it is, if you can't stimulate his mind, and you're not on a level of conversation that he's at, and you don't stimulate his mind, his attention span to you is short. You can be as beautiful as you want to be, but after the sex, all the sex is gone, then how do you stimulate that man? You don't have conversation for him. You know what I mean? You don't have a conversation. You don't have any kind of, because sex is just that, sex, and you can get good sex anywhere. But for a man, you have to stimulate his mind too. Just like you have to stimulate a woman's mind. You have to have conversation. And the one thing that they desire is to be respected. A man can love you, but if you disrespect him long enough, he's going to leave. He's going to cut it off because he can't handle disrespect. Am I correct, Mr. Jeremy? One thing that a man, he's got to have respect, and a woman, she's got to feel love. She's got to feel protected. She wants to feel protected from that man. She wants to feel like she's loved. She wants to feel pretty for him. That's what she desires. Then on top of that, they get to know your love language. Some of your love languages. Respect is the key. See, Mr. Jeremy said respect is the key. You see what I mean? And the thing about it is that love languages. A narcissist will also determine your love languages, especially when you teach them the love languages. Some of you guys may be touched. Some of you ladies and gals may be touched, right? Touch doesn't mean that you always got to grope and touch someone. A lot of times a person's love language is if you just touch them. If you rub their shoulder. You walk by and you rub their shoulders, or, you rub a person's back. I love you. You ride in the car and you rub their hand. I love you so much. They like touch. There are other people that like quality time. So if you just sit in the living room with them, if you just have a conversation with them and you stay focused on their conversation, you know, they're cooking, you sit in there and just have a conversation with them, or you're just in the area with them. Some people love that quality time. Some people are gift givers, you know, so their language, you know, to show that they love you is to give gifts. You know what I mean? They give gifts. And so a narcissist will also determine your love languages, especially if they are trying to think about it. They're not trying to get to know you and build rapport. They're trying to interrogate you. They're trying to interrogate you to see how to enter in, to lock you in. So this is where that love bombing comes to play. They learn your love languages, and they may not have the terminology meaning love language, you know what I mean? But the thing about it is they learn your love language. They find out what is dear to you, and that's the role that they play. And they also find out the pains in your heart. They find out what hurts you the most. See, the thing about it is, and I said this in another video, is that they'll take your strengths, because your strengths, listen to me, your strengths are their kryptonite. They're drawn to your strengths. They like those strengths. It impresses them. But your strengths is their kryptonite. Your weaknesses is your kryptonite. So what a narcissist has to do is they have to eliminate those strengths and make those strengths look like your weaknesses, and they have to make your weaknesses even more weaker, because they're going to use that against you. They're going to use it against you. They're not going to use that to protect you. They're going to use your weaknesses against you, because you have told them the secret, and that is the kryptonite. And the thing is during this process, it's happening so fast. And most of you guys think to yourself, they're such great conversationalists. They're great conversationalists. You know, I love talking to them. They're my soulmate. Soulmate means that they're attracted to your thoughts. You know, you're thinking that you're connected by thoughts. Your the way that you think, the way that you know, your will, your thoughts, your emotions, and that's not what love is. You know what I mean? That is not what love is. That is not what love is. Love is not an emotion. An emotion is an emotion. And when you say that, I don't care what you say, I know that narcissists love me. The thing about it is that we may have to go back and redefine what love is. Because if you are giving everything that you can and you're still stuck on, but they love me, but they're not showing that love, that lets you know that it was never real. If a person shows, Maya Angelou said, if a person shows you who they are, you know, the first time, believe them. And a narcissist will slip many times. How many more times does a person have to hurt you the same way? Because if a person really loves you, there's a different, you know, people say, well, you know, I can be in a relationship and, you know, pain is a part of love. No, it's not. Pain, when you say pain, yes, sometimes people do hurt each other's feelings. And when you talk about it and let them know that really hurt me, they when you love someone, you would try to do but yes, love is a choice. And when you love is action, absolutely, Demond, it is a action, yet not just words. Exactly. And this is coming from our king. Thank you so much for being here too, sir. But it is an action word. It's not what you're saying, it's what you do to show me that you love me. If a man, I'm gonna give you an example. If a man loves me, then he's gonna help pay the bills. Now, okay, listen to y'all, because I know some of you guys are Gen Z generation. You know, you pay your own bills. I'm old school. Now, everybody is different. I'm old school. And I do believe in a man being the head of the household. But if you don't know where you're going, I ain't following you. So that means that I'm going to stay single for a long time, because I have to check your character out, right? Some of you guys have to be thinking like this. I have to check out your character, right? That means you got to have some scars. Like my mom says all the time. You got to have some scars. You have to have been wounded at one point in time. You have to have known what it is to have been married before, to have children, to know what it's like to be in an abusive situation, you know, and to have learned from that situation. You see what I mean? You got to have some scars. I'm old school. If you're going to be the king of the castle, I need you to be a king of the castle. You know what I mean? If you're going to be the king of the castle, I need to see your scars. You got to have some scars on your heart. Then on top of that, you got to win my trust over. You know, you ain't going to be narcissistic. You see what I mean? And some of you ladies have to think that same way too. You know, if a man is going to be, I don't have a problem with you being a man of the house. I don't have a problem with you making decisions, but as long as you include me in those major decisions. See, a king understands what it's like to be a king. A king understands what it is to rule. A king understands that he is the greatest servant of all. when it comes to his family. The king serves. You know what I mean? The king serves. The king serves the people that he serves the people. So a king is very compassionate and empathetic, but he rules, but he understands what it is to be a servant and not a dictator. And when it comes to a woman, it's easy to serve the man if the man is loving you right. But there is no such thing as, I feel like I'm in love. I feel like I love him. I feel like because when those feelings go away, what do you have left? Do you have a friendship? Do you have respect for one another? Even when I don't like you, even when I don't like you, do I still respect you? Exactly. It's a sacrifice both ways. Absolutely. 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 It is a sacrifice both ways. And when a man loves a woman correctly, she's going to love him correctly. And he's going to teach her how to love him as she's going to teach him how to love her. And so when you say, but I know he loved me, you're going to have to go back and redefine what love is. Love is not a feeling, and love is not an emotion. Like Just Be Real says, love is a choice. You make a choice. Those of you that are Bible readers, it says that for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believe in him will not perish but have everlasting. He never said that I had emotions for the entire world. He never said that I had goosebumps and I had butterflies in my stomach. That's not what he said. And so if you actually go, and those of you that don't believe in the Bible, just go look at the Greek terminology. Go look up the word love in Greek. And the word in Greek describes each love that it's talking about. It's talking about phileo love, which is a phileo? Phileo is brotherly love. Remember Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love? So phileo is that brotherly love. We have a brother-sister connection. You have eros, which is that erotic lust. That's erotic lust. You have there's another one with a K, I think it is, but that's marriage. Then you have agape, which is a general love for people. Because even this right here, you can't do this unless you have a general love for people and you want to help people. And so the Greeks really broke that word down. And it would benefit us if people just came straight out and said what they felt about us. You know what I mean? I love you like a sister. Thank you. I love you like a big brother. I lust you. Cool. I can block you. I can delete you because I'm not interested in that. You see what I mean? And so the thing about it is that you're going to have to go back and redefine what love is. Because if that person does not pay any attention to you, that person always has something nasty to say to you. That person is always gaslighting you. That person always, you're hurt more than, the only time you feel love is when they want something. And then that is not even love. That is a feeling. And they make you feel a certain way. A narcissist will give you what you want when they want something. A narcissist will make you feel a certain way when they want something. When they got what they want, guess what happens? When they get what they want, they go back to their old regular pragma love. There you go, committed love. But when a narcissist gets what they want, they go back to their old ways. And so when you say that I know that they love me, no, you know that you were love bombed real good. And once you were love bombed and locked in, and you were love bombed and you were trauma bonded in and you were locked in, they knew it would be hard for you to break that bond with them. Because now you are addicted to an individual that is giving you fuel. They're giving you fuel back just like you're giving them fuel. But you're giving more fuel to them than they're giving to you. You see what I mean? It's like the, what is it called? The bait and switch. They know how to pull you in, and then in your mind, some of you guys know in your shana, in your mind, and you keep on downplaying those red flags, but storge love. That's what it is. Love for family and rooted bonds. There you go, storge love. That's it right there. Love for family. But in your mind, I'm giving them another chance, but in your heart, you try to push it to the back. It's like I'm going to give them a chance because hope is the last thing to go. I'm going to give them another chance. How many chances do you give the same person? And when you look, you know what I mean? When you look uh, hold on a minute. Jeremy Taylor was a good guy. I don't know what he said, but Jeremy was a good guy, Dana. Hopefully he didn't say anything disrespectful, but Jeremy was a good guy. Just go back and look and see what he said. Just go back and look and see what he said. Yeah, because Jeremy's a good guy. We want to keep Jeremy on here. We want him to input up. And let's just something disrespectful. I didn't see anything disrespectful. Okay. Because Jeremy's good. He's been adding too. He's been good. Jeremy and Mr. Jeremy, and there was another gentleman that's on here that has been adding too. I want to make sure those kings stay. I want to make sure that they stay because they balance us out. But you know, remember when a person says, but I know, sometimes they're in denial. Let's talk about cognitive dissonance for a minute. Cognitive dissonance, the best way to describe that is you have two opposing opinions. You have two opposing opinions that you're, no problem, Dana, no problem. I've done it too. I've been trying to block people on here, and I blocked some of my own moderators. So don't even worry. I think I blocked Stevie Bananas boy. We had to go find him. So no worries, don't apologize. But let's talk about the cognitive dissonance, right? So cognitive dissonance when you have two opposing opinions. And the best way that I can explain cognitive dissonance is, let's talk about smoking, okay? You have a person that smokes cigarettes. On one hand, and those of you that are smokers or former smokers, I'm a former smoker. I smoked for many, many years, almost 20 some odd years. And so I smoked for many, many years. And so with smoking for many, many years, you guys understand that those of you that are smokers or former smokers, on one hand, you guys know that cigarettes is like a appetite suppressant. Another thing is when you're stressed, you know, you smoke, it brings down, because it's a drug. Nicotine is a drug. And so, and highly addictive. And when you smoke, you know, the thing about it is that you smoke cigarettes. Let me get my train of thought back together. I'm sorry, because I was looking at the comments, so I don't want to be distracted. But what it is like you smoke cigarettes, and on one hand, it's a stress reliever. It is an appetite suppressant, and it makes you feel better. It gives you that morning high. On the other hand, you know that it can cause cancer. You see people with lung cancer. You see people with the breathing mechanism in their throat, or the speaking mechanism. You see people when they're dying of cancer. You see people that have oxygen tanks. You see people with emphysema, right? And so you have these two opposing opinions. They're fighting on the inside of you. On one hand, it's doing me justice, and I feel good. I feel good when I smoke. I feel good. On the other hand, I have this raspy smoker's cough. I have a deeper voice. I catch a cold, and I keep the cold longer. You know, all these negative things I see. I know you can get cancer. They keep telling me to stop. So what I'm going to do, because I'm fighting these two opposing opinions, I'm going to come up with something to keep me from being so stressed out, because I'm fighting these two opposing opinions. Tracheotomy. There you go. So what I'll do is instead of me smoking a whole pack, I'll just smoke 5 cigarettes a day. So I smoke 5 cigarettes a day, and I'm going to wean myself off. Well, number one, you're still smoking, right? But you're these two opposing opinions are arguing, they're fighting. You have this conflict on the inside of you. So you come up with your own rationale and come up with your new rules that I'm just going to smoke 5 cigarettes a day, and then I'm going to wean myself off. Everybody knows that you got to just stop smoking, right? That's the same way when it comes to these narcissists. So when you're dealing with a narcissist, you're struggling with cognitive dissonance. On one hand, they make me feel so, when it's good is good, and when it's bad is bad. And when the sex is good, the conversation is good, they're funny, you know, everybody loves them, but they just don't know what it's like behind the doors. You know, they're handsome, they're pretty, you know, they pay my bills. What am I supposed to do? You know, because they pay all my bills. I live a life of luxury. I live a certain way, you know. And on the other hand but they're a dog. They dog me out. They embarrass me. You know, they're always gaslighting me. They make me feel like, yeah, it's a drug. And They make me feel like this. I know it's not a healthy relationship. I have brain fog. My children are suffering. What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to break this cycle. But how? If I don't break this cycle, my children are going to, follow in this cycle. I already see my children starting to get into bad relationships, and I can see myself play out over and over again. So that's that cognitive dissonance. So what you say in between is okay, I'm going to break up, but we're going to stay friends. So as long as we just stay, we're better. Now you come up with your own rules. You come up with your own rules, and what you say now is, we're better friends than lovers. So it's better just to be friends, than to be lovers. We're better friends than lovers. So we're just going to be friends. You know what? As long as, he or she is parenting, we do a good job at co-parenting. Let me tell you something. The first thing that you have to understand is that narcissists don't co-parent. They counter-parent. That's what they do. They counter-parent. They don't co-parent. And another thing is that obviously we know that when you are a person that has children with this narcissist and you have court orders, then you have to follow the court orders. But the thing about it is they use your children to get to you. They send messages to your kids because they're really messages for you. They don't know how to keep the children separate from you. And they use their children like chess pieces to get to you. They even try to take the kids away from you because they try to stab you in your heart to make it hurt even worse. They use the fear factor to try to maintain power and control in your life. And then the struggle in your mind is, but if I don't do this, they're going to do this. And some of you are afraid to go and have those parenting plans revised. Some of you are afraid to go to the police and say, I need a restraining order, or you need to, some of you are afraid to go and have a no contact order put in place. Some of you are afraid because you're afraid of what could happen. Some of you are afraid to go get help because you're embarrassed. You see what I mean? You can't co-parent with them. No. And some of you guys are embarrassed because I don't want anybody knowing about my business. That's why I won't go seek help. Let me tell you something. The one thing that I tell everybody, you have to go no contact. You have to get away from them. But I'm put a disclaimer in there. Number one, if you have children by the narcissist, what you're going to have to learn to do is parallel parenting. You're going to have to put as many rules in the parenting plan as you possibly can. Number two, you're going to have to gray rock. Number three, if you're trying to escape from the situation, you cannot just get up and just take those kids and leave. Because of the fact that they will use that against you in court, and they'll make it seem like you they'll make it seem like you kidnapped the children, and they'll use it against you in court. They'll use it against you in court. They'll make it seem like you kidnapped the children. They'll even do things like put out a Amber Alert, call the police, and you get yourself caught up. So the best thing to do is to get domestic violence advocates involved to get a paper trail. And those advocates, 9 times out of 10, I guarantee you, those advocates, the judges know the advocates, because the advocates go to court with the person that they're helping. And when the judge sees the advocate, they know that there's a case. They do paperwork for you. They do paperwork for you. And this right here is going to help you. Do you know that there are advocates that will also, if you need to leave the state, they will put you into it. They'll help you escape away from someone dangerous, and they will help you. But listen, when you get information like this, you can't just sit on it and wait, because a narcissist always tries to think ahead of you. So you have to operate in stealth mode. You can't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. That's why you get those advocates and you work silent and quietly. You work undercover. You work in stealth mode. And stop telling everybody what you're doing. You can't trust everybody. And I'm not saying, okay, I trust my mom, I trust my dad, I trust my sisters and everything. Some things you have to do, and you have to keep quiet and not tell anybody until you make your moves. You see, until after the moves are made. Because that narcissist, sometimes parents or siblings, that are not narcissists, sometimes you have to understand that narcissist knows how to manipulate. The narcissist knows how to manipulate, and they know how to sweet talk and get information out of your family. So it's best for you not to say, loose lips, sink ships. There you go, Miss Pat. Miss Pat, please put up the number, the 1-800 number, please. Because I know you're good at that. Put that 1-800 number up there for us. But listen, Sometimes when you are on your way out, it's best to stay incognito and stay quiet. Even with well-meaning family, sometimes they talk too much. Sometimes they talk too much, and they don't. Sometimes they don't do it on purpose. What they do is a narcissist knows how to manipulate and have a conversation with family and friends to make it seem like they know more than what they know. And then here you are having a conversation. Oh yeah, she went or he went or whatever, and they don't mean to do it. But the point is, you didn't say anything, so they're giving a little too much information. So when you are in the mode of moving away, and you got a advocate assisting you with it, you have to keep your mouth closed, not even telling your family, because the narcissist is going to look for information and look for information against you. And especially if you got court situations going on, keep your mouth closed. Don't tell everybody your business. Talk to the advocate, talk to your therapist. That's it. Talk to your coach. That's it. Because that narcissist knows how to manipulate people. They manipulated you. But once again, I say it over and over again. A narcissist does not know how to love the way that you know how to love. They don't. So when you say that, I know you can't tell me. I know for a fact that this narcissist love me. I know they love me. And I hear that all the time. You know, I know that they're no good for a relationship. I know, but I know deep down inside they love me. No, that's your projection on them. You are projecting your good attributes on them. You're projecting yourself on them. Just like they project themselves on you, you're projecting yourself on them. You're thinking about your goodness and you're putting it on them because you know deep down inside that you're a good person and you know how to love. So you think that they're just like that. A narcissist is not like you. Too many people deal with a narcissist as if they are a person. I mean, they are a person. They are a human being. Get that right now. But at the same time, they're not normal people like you are. They don't think the way that you think. Majority of you, and I can't say how many people on here, majority of you have never been a psychopath. Majority of you have never been a sociopath. Majority of you have never eaten people. You're not a Jeffrey Dahmer. Many of you have never been a John Gacy. Now, some of you may have. I don't know who all on here, but you never been a John Gacy. You never been a Green River Killer. So you don't know what that's like. You don't know what's in their head. You never been a Ted Bundy. So you don't know what it's like to do something and have no conscience about what you're doing. And really don't care. You know what I mean? And really don't care. So most of you have never been that way before. So you cannot judge a narcissist the way that you can't. They don't think the same way you think. They do not think the same way that you think. They don't. And stop trying to make them think the same way you think. I know deep down inside, I know they love me. No, they didn't. And I know that's going to hurt people, and some of y'all going to be mad. You're going to have things to say. No, they didn't. They've never loved you. They don't even love themselves. They don't love anybody. They don't know how to love. They don't know how to love. Remember I said that they have cognitive empathy. They don't have emotional empathy. And a part of loving somebody is also having emotional empathy for the person. Yes, that is the hardest thing to accept. And most people, that's where you struggle. You cannot tell me I've been with this person for 20, 30, 40, 50 years and this person felt nothing for me. I hate to say this, but they didn't feel nothing for you. You were a convenience and you served a purpose. You served a purpose, and they look for people to serve a purpose. And some of you served a purpose and you served it well for a long period of time. A narcissist looks for people, and they look for people that serve a purpose in their life. Yeah, a narcissist can't love. It's impossible to love. But parents, let me tell you something. Some of you guys have children by a narcissist. And the one thing you don't want to do is damage your children's mind and damage your children's emotions and damage your children's hearts. Because remember, like a friend of mine said, and this is Tasha Leland, and it's an African proverb that says that when a person leaves home hungry, they go into the world starving. And when your children ask you, does mommy love me? Does daddy love me? You can't sit there out of your emotions and say, no, they don't even love themselves. No, they don't love you. You will break a child down to a point where they go out into the world and they end up connecting with these same people over and over again. Your best bet is to say they love you the best way they know how. they love you the best way they know how. You know, we know that love means spending time and quality time and having conversations. But when you have a person that is hurt, they don't really know how to love. So they love the way that they think they love. And you may not like it. You see what I mean? You may not like it. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry, just real. But but parents, you got to do what you got to do. Because you have babies that you got to protect. Love causes you to be transparent. Yeah, absolutely. And parents, you got to do what you got to do to protect your children's mind. You know what I mean? You got to protect your children's mind. You got to protect your children's mind because they're too young to understand what they're dealing with. If they say, does mom and dad love me? Yes, they love you. The best way they know how. And when they get older and you educate them about people, listen, the best way to do it is to educate them about their friends, educate them about relationships, educate them, all those things you're learning about narcissism and narcissistic personality disorder, start teaching them. Teaching them this is how people are, and this is how you protect your boundaries. This is how you protect yourself. When people do this, is called gaslighting. And the more you teach them and the more they get an understanding, I promise you, they're going to put two and two together, and they're going to start looking at their parent, and one day they're going to ask you, Mom, Dad, is mom or dad a narcissist? And then you ask them, what made you ask that question? What makes you think that? And let them tell you. Let them tell you. And I promise you, they're going to learn. They're going to learn from you, and they're going to apply. And they're going to apply that knowledge. They're going to apply that knowledge. And some of you guys are working really hard at protecting your children, but I promise you, your kids, when you teach them and you don't tear down the other parent, don't tear down the other parent because you're hurt. Don't do it. Don't tear down the other parent because you're hurt. Educate them. The things that they're doing, always correct. Always going correct. No, that's not right. That's not how we treat people. That's not what we say. Well, and then you have to remember that narcissist gaslights the kids too. That narcissist gaslights the kids too. And your responsibility is to come in and say, no, what did you think? They'll tell you, I was confused. Mom and dad were saying this and I was confused. They made me feel like, and then I was afraid to say anything. And then you start educating. Well, that's called gaslighting. You're not calling them a narcissist, you're just labeling the behavior. Well, that's called gaslighting. And sometimes people gaslight when they're insecure. And sometimes people gaslight when they want control. You know what I mean? Sometimes they gaslight. And this is what happens. And this is what it means. You see what I mean? This is what it means. And this is what it looks like. But you see, as you're educating them, guess what they're going to do? Your kids are not going to stay little forever. They're going to start applying that knowledge where you're teaching them. I promise you, listen to me. They're going to start applying that knowledge. And then they're going to start making their assumptions about their parent. And then they're going to start asking you questions. Is this gaslighting too? Is this raging? Is this right here? That's love bombing. Because believe you me, your kids are learning this stuff in school because they're talking about it. And that's why we do broadcasts like this, because we talk about it. You know what I mean? We talk about stuff like this. And so listen, remember, when a person comes into session with me and they tell me, I don't care what you say, I know they love me, and I'm doing domestic violence counseling with them, or I'm trying to get them resources, sometimes it also lets me know how far to go with them, because some people are not ready to let go. And when they're saying that, I don't care, I know deep down inside they love me, they're not ready to let go yet. And so sometimes for some of you guys that are hard hitters, that know how to connect them with resources to get them out of there, sometimes you got to slow down, because you're the one who can see where they can be. You're the one that's doing, you're moving too quick, because sometimes they're not ready yet. And you have to see where they are, because you can give them a lot of resources, and sometimes you're putting your name out there, and then they go right back to that narcissist because they're not ready. And you can tell just by a comment like that. I know deep down inside they love me. They're in denial. They have not accepted the truth about that person. And that's a hard thing. I'm telling you, that's a hard thing. Yeah, that's a hard thing. Yeah, men need to share more. You guys need to make a broadcast and support these men. And I'm not talking, you got a lot of men that are broadcasting and they're out there live. And a lot of these men are narcissists themselves. And they have large followings. Because guess what? Sometimes we're wondering, ladies, what are we teaching you? And how is it that you're running behind the men on the YouTube channel? They look good. They sound good. They even told you that they're a narcissist, diagnosed narcissist, self-proclaimed narcissist. They're telling you this. And most people are thinking, well, they're safe, but they're in touch. They're in touch with themselves and they understand their disorder. No, they're using it because that's what you're interested in. That's what you're interested in. They can be diagnosed. Come on, they can thank you, Tasha. But they some of them are diagnosed narcissists, and what do you think they're doing? They're using their platform to pull in people. They don't care about you. They don't care about you healing. They're getting few. They're getting all these followers, 400, 1,000, 1 million followers, because they're getting few. You're paying attention to them. You're making them feel good. Oh my gosh, you're reporting to them. You're sending them other people's videos. What you think about this? Hey, what do you think about this? Narcissistic sir. Narcissist sir. Because they don't care about a narcissist that is on social media telling you, get out. Sorry about that, y'all. I got a cord chewer. But a narcissist that is on social media telling you about themselves. A narcissist that is on social media and they're giving you information about other narcissists and how they function and how they think and everything. It's not to help you. It's not to help you, y'all. It's to get as many following and as much attention as they can possibly do. Half the truth mixed with some truth is still a lie. They're giving you just enough information, but they'll never give you enough so that you can use that as kryptonite against themselves. Why would a narcissist teach you how to defeat them? They're only going to give you so much information. They're not going to give you enough to defeat them. Because you can cause a narcissistic injury if you have too much information. You can cause a narcissist injury if you have too much information. And so they'll give you just enough to stroll you along. They love bomb you on social media, y'all. They're love bombing you on social media. A narcissist is a narcissist. And they tell you they're a narcissist, and most people still want their attention. They want them to say something to them. They want to connect with them. Hope is the last thing to go. And a lot of people look at intimate relationships, and that's it, or where you come from. But you don't look at the people that are love bombing you on social media. They're doing the exact same thing. I don't care what you say. I know they care because they're giving me a lot of information. If it wasn't for this narcissist on here, I wouldn't have half of the information. You still ain't get half of the information. And you still ain't got but half of the information. They ain't giving you. Let me tell you something. One thing that my mother said is that, a narcissist will get on there and give you information, and you get on there and you angry. Now you done got you some information and you angry. You angry and and I knew I was right, but what type of freedom did you just get? What type of healing? When you go to therapy, you expect some type of epiphany. You're expecting some type of revelation. You're expecting to be peeled like an onion. And when you get off of here, you should feel like this is what I need to apply to my life. This is what I need to do now. These are some answers that I have to help me to recognize what I'm going through, and I feel supported. I feel better. Not, I'm angry and I knew I was right, and yeah, that's right. That's what they do all the time. Well, where's you can give a bunch of information, but where's the answer to the problem? Did they just resolve a problem? Or you're still running around in a circle. You're getting a bunch of information, but you're not getting any answers. So you're getting a bunch of information, which is information that we talk about all the time, but you're not getting an answer on how to get away from them. You're not getting an answer because some of you guys are looking at them on social media and they look good. They sexy. They sound good. They look good. You can look at the camera and they look like they smell good. Your tail want to put your nose up to the window. Up to the telephone and smell. I wonder if they smell good too. But listen, Mika, is that Mika Love? Are you Misha? Is that Misha King? You know it, Tasha. They look so good on camera while they talking, and they got that sexy Barry White voice. Or you looking at that woman, she looks so good, and she got this flow when she's talking and stuff, and they look like they smell good, and you just want to put your. I'm sorry, Miss Mika. Thank you for being here, though. But you want to put your face up to the phone and see if they smell through the phone. Tell me, I think I smelt them. I think they smell good. Be sitting on the other side of the camera just as funky. But listen, but that's all I got for you guys. Listen, if you're saying that I don't care what you say, I know deep down inside they love me. I know deep down inside they love me. I need you to go back and I need you to redefine what love really is. Because if you are under the assumption that they really love you, if you are under the assumption that they really cared about you, and you've been with them for many, many years, that means you were love bombed really good. You were love bombed really, really good, and you were trauma bonded really, really good. Yeah, that you were trauma bonded really, really good. And listen, ladies, some of the men, they smell good, they look good, they walk good, they dress good, child, they drive good. Their suit matches their shoes. They don't got no Payless shoes with a Armani suit. Their shoes actually match their shoes. You know what I mean? They got it from the same place. Armani shoes, Armani suit. Not Payless shoes and JCPenney suit. Now, brothers, now listen. If that's what you can afford at this particular time, you done been through some stuff, just look good. Just look good. Don't lie about it. Just look good. We ain't got no problem with that. Ladies, we ain't got no problem with that. And men, you see a woman, she look good. She banging here, banging back there and everything. You know what? Looks are only superficial. Looks are superficial, ladies. Looks are superficial. I can say this to y'all, but a lot of times you get caught up in looks and feeling. I feel like I love this person. I feel like. Get out your feelings. You got to get out your feelings. This is the season in which you got to, this is the season in which you got to use wisdom. Dressed up for the part, but a counterfeit. Yup. Playing the part, stay clean and neat. That's what I'm talking about. And sometimes, listen, sometimes these brothers have gotten out of some horrific situations. Sometimes that woman, that narc, done took everything that they had and they got to start from ground zero. But they smell good. They bathe. Like my cousins used to say, they bathe. They smell good. The fingernails, they do the best they can. They look nice. They doing everything that they possibly could to bring themselves back up. And they're trying. And some of those brothers are trying. Some of those sisters, when they look good and they smell good, brothers, listen, all you got to do is listen to them talk for a little while. You listen to them talk. You watch them. Usually within she said, please take a bath. Within a 12-month period of time, you're going to find out the character of that person. That's what you're looking for, the character of that person. Look for the character of that person. The character is going to tell it all. The mask is going to slip, but you can't be so, when you've been hurt enough, you become very, very conscious, very cautious. You know what I mean? So I want you guys to be very, very, very cautious. Yep, because they're imposters. But I want you guys to be very, very, very cautious. Okay? Be very cautious. Some narcissists smell bad. Yeah, they do. Some of them sure do. It's like they smell like where they come from. So listen, that's all I have for you guys tonight. I did get some emails because I told you guys that I would answer questions. But what I'll do is I'm going to put, you guys send me an email. Those of you that would like to, if you would like to ask me questions, what I'm going to do is you email me, drcarmenbryant@outlook.com. Let me know you would like to ask questions, and I'm going to put you on Zoom. And you see how we just broadcasted? I'm going to broadcast from Zoom onto YouTube and Facebook so that you guys will get to see the people that are asking me questions. Now, if you are in a danger and you do not, thank you so much, Mr. Jeremy, for being here. Thank you, is it Demond? Thank you so much, Kings, for being and coming out here and supporting these ladies. And these ladies are supporting you. Whatever we can do to assist you, to encourage you, that's what we're going to do. We take care of our kings. Even when we're talking about some difficult situations, because a lot of women have been hurt. And unfortunately to the kings over here, a lot of women have been hurt. And so a lot of times you gentlemen end up paying the price for, the men that have hurt these women. And I apologize for that. I apologize for our behavior. And sometimes, as women, we're afraid. We're afraid, and sometimes, thank you so much. Sometimes we're afraid, and I'm speaking as a whole, as women as a whole. Sometimes we become afraid, and so we assume that, you just being your natural self and you make little mistakes doesn't mean that you're a narcissist. You know what I mean? But sometimes, women, we get afraid, and so we end up attacking even the good brothers. A brother come and open up the door and says, hey, I don't mean any disrespect, but I just want you to know that you're beautiful. And what do we women do? So what you want? I can open up my own door. I got this. I got this. We don't even know how to allow you guys to treat us like ladies. You know what I mean? We don't even know how to allow you gentlemen to treat us like ladies by opening up a door. Or would you like me to help you carry the groceries to the car? We want a man to be a gentleman. Then when they're gentlemen, to say, would you like me to help you take this? I got it. I got it. I'm an independent woman. I don't need your help. And doggone well, your back hurt. Broke 2 of your nails. And really what you're thinking is, please, brother, help me. Please. And so I apologize, brothers, for the women on here. You know what I mean? I'm glad, Damon. Thank you so much. And the thing about it is that sometimes the gentlemen are just trying to be gentlemen, ladies. If a man says, don't always assume that everybody's a narcissist, because not everybody's a narcissist. And if a gentleman says, hey, excuse me, you want me to help you with your bags? Yes. And your first thing is like, he gonna ask for something. I mean, if you're a beautiful woman, he may say, hey, you're a beautiful woman. Do you, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Be nice to him. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm just not interested right now. And if he's respectable, he's like, yeah, you know what? I respect that, and thank you so much for helping me. I appreciate you. I had to learn to do that. I had a young gentleman, would you like me to help you with your bags? My first instinct was, I got this. I got this. I'm an Amazon. I got this. And I thought about it. I was like, could you please? He's like, no problem. And he took the bags upstairs. And I said, I appreciate it. Thank you. So I wish I had a little something to give you. He's like, no, don't even worry about it. I said, thank you. I really appreciate it. And I walked back in my house. You know what I mean? So, ladies, sometimes I'm not saying trust everybody. That's not what I'm saying. A man says, can I help you with your bags? He ain't saying, can I marry you and have your kids? He ain't saying, can I drink your bathwater? That's not what he says. You know what I mean? And if you're uncomfortable, go with that alert system. You know what I mean? Go with that alert system. Okay? But, if he wants to open up the door, open up the door. Let him open up the door. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Don't be over there. Thank you. Thank you. That's not what he's doing. And then he's looking at you like you desperate. And gentlemen, if, sometimes, nowadays the ladies are doing the compliments. You are so handsome. Thank you so much. She ain't say, would you marry me? And can I have your kids? That's not what she's saying. You know what I mean? So listen. So those of you that would like, so number one, if you do not want to be on camera and you don't want anybody to see your face, don't email me, because we're going to make sure that no one sees your face. Okay? And we don't want you on we don't want you on camera and can't nobody see who you are. So if you are, you don't want to show your face, if you don't want anybody to see you, if you're in a safe space, or if you don't want anybody to see you, don't email me, because I don't want you on camera, and I don't want you to be I don't want you to be nervous about being on camera. But if you would like to be on camera on Zoom, what I want you to do is email me. Then you may not want to be on camera with me. But email me at Dr. Carmen Bryant. I've got some people that emailed already, so I haven't forgotten about you guys. Just email me again. Just check in and say, hey, I just want to make sure you still have my email. Just email me. Just those of you that have emailed me, just email me. Say, hey, I'm just making sure you got my email. If I don't respond to you, I probably don't have your email. I didn't receive your email. Sometimes I have to go look through my spam, or sometimes it just doesn't come through. So if I have not responded to you, that means I have not gotten your email. So email me at drcarmenbryant@outlook.com. Just Be Real just posted it. Send me an email. Let me know, hey, I would like to do question and answers, and what will happen. Yeah, a brief email, not even a whole book. Don't send me a whole book. But just let me know, hey, I don't mind being on camera on Zoom, and next Sunday we can broadcast live and you guys can ask me questions. And that will be your time. That'll be, if it's 5 people, if it's 10 people, that'll be our one-on-one time where you get to ask some questions, because some people want to ask questions. Maybe you're going to ask some of those questions. And so you'll ask some of those questions and we'll have a dialogue. You get to talk to me, I get to talk to you, and we're going to be live. We'll broadcast live. But send me an email. That's why I haven't been doing any questions, because I want you guys to send me an email, and we will do it on Zoom live on Facebook and Zoom live on YouTube, where you guys, so once, if you don't want to show your face and it's dangerous, or you're not comfortable showing your face, don't email me, because if your picture is up and your face is not up, then I'm going to take you back out of Zoom. Okay, so just send me an email, and then next Sunday you will go live, and you'll be on Zoom live, and we'll do answers and questions and answers. You can ask me questions and I will answer questions for you. And those of you ladies, if you are not on my private Facebook page, I have a private Facebook page. It's called Women That Are, what's the name of it? Women Recovering from Narcissist and Volatile Relationships. What is it called? Just be real. I got it on there. Women Recovering from Narcissist Relationships. What is the name? What's the name of it? Oh, Lord. Y'all go look on my community tab. So, go look on my community tab, and go look on my community tab, and go look on my Facebook. I had it. I did have it. But look on my community tab, and look on YouTube. Look on my community tab, and go look on my Facebook page, on the Overcoming Narcissist Abuse Facebook page. And on there, you'll see my women's group. I have a private women's group on Facebook. What is the name of it? I put it on there. Look, I done put it on there, and I can't recall the name of my own private group. Thank you so much. So it is Women Recovering from Narcissist Abuse and Volatile Relationship. It's black. It's black. I think she just posted it. It's black, and it has my picture on it. But go look. Just look for Dr. Carmen Bryant. Just look it up, and it's going to be 2 Facebook pages that come up. One is my Overcoming Narcissist Abuse, and one is my private group. Please answer all the questions. If you don't answer all the questions, you get to decline, so you won't be able to come into the group. But if you come into the group, you get a discount on my, you'll get a discount on the conference. Because I have a conference. You guys know I have a conference coming up on the 27th. I have a conference coming up on the 27th of July. And it is all on Zoom. And so if you join the private Facebook group, you will get a discount. I'm offering you a discount. Gentlemen, Damon and Mr. Jeremy, if you email me, I'm going to give you a discount so that you guys can be on my Overcoming Narcissist Abuse conference on July 27. It's breaking generational cycles and breaking generational trauma. And I have 5 speakers. I happen to be one of the speakers. I have 5 speakers. I have a commercial that's out that shows the different speakers and what our topics are. And some of you guys been asking about the narcissists in church. What does the church say about divorces? And my pastor, which is also my mother, is going to be on there talking about, because she's been in the ministry for over 30 some odd years. And some of you guys are asking a question about narcissists in the church, about narcissists in the pulpit, about what does it say if you're married and you're in an abusive relationship, about divorces. And some of you guys feel guilty trying to leave the narcissist because you think that you're supposed to stay, you're obligated to stay. She's going to be answering those questions. Natasha's touch on here. Natasha, she's a millennial. She's going to be talking about the different generations. She's going to be talking about the baby boomers, the Gen X's, the Gen Z's, the millennials, how they parent, what they were taught. Their parent, what they were taught. What is each generation escaping from? She's going to be talking about also that golden child wound. And she deals a lot with the teenagers and young women and kids. And what she's learned from dealing with. And she is a very brilliant young woman. Brilliant. Sometimes I forget she's not in her 50s like I am. So I'm having a whole conversation with her, and she's like, Carmela, you know I'm not your age. That's before my time. That's what she do. Carmela, that's before my time. And I'm like, oh yeah, I have to remember what age she is. She's that intelligent. She's that smart. And then my mom, my mom already said that my big sister is gonna be there. If you guys don't have her book, you got to get her book. She's my featured author this week, but you got to get her books. The Essence of the Aristocratic Woman, the Essence of the Aristocratic Woman, the Indelible Woman, and she's got one now. Oh, Demand, Jeremy, my email is drcarmenbryant@outlook.com. It's Dr, all one word, carmenbryant@outlook.com. Email me, and I'm gonna make sure you get a discount so you can be at this conference. And then on top of that, we're gonna have the 5 speakers, and those of you on Tuesdays when you join my mother's Clubhouse. On Clubhouse, she talks about effective communication. We talk about a lot about these different types of relationships and situationships, and we have a lot of people that are on that panel. And a lot of you guys know Telsha with the T on NPD. You know Telsha with the T on NPD. You know Tasha Leland, Confessions of a Christian Girl. You guys know Cluster B Free Karen. A lot of you guys have heard Shirley Stadler, who is our mascot, our church mascot, motorcyclist. I love her. But all these people are going to be on the conference, and we're going to do the roundtable after the conference from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you can join us, make sure you go to overcomingnarcissistabuse.ticketleap.com, get you a ticket so that you can be on Zoom with us on that day. You don't want to miss it. I'm telling you, every time somebody shows up, they always talk about the fact it was so powerful. And gentlemen, we need you there because we want to hear what you got to say. We want you to be there because we need men to support us as well. Those of you that join my private Facebook group, you will also get a discount. And all you have to do is email me, and I will discount the conference for you so you could be at the conference. Those of you that come on the Zoom and you come and on the Zoom and you do the question and answers with me on the Zoom, you'll also get a discount. I want as many people to turn out for this as you possibly can. I want as many people. It's July 27th. It's on a Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And those of you that are not able to be on there live, once we are finished with it, because I record it, once we're finished with it, I can send you the link so that you can watch the replay. But the replay will only be available for a certain amount of time for those of you that have paid. So if you're not able to be on live with us, then I will send you the link so you can do you can go back and watch it. But these are some very powerful people. A lot of them are global, but very powerful people. You have people that are coaches. I'm a licensed mental health professional. I'm also a certified coach trainer, and I have a school coming up. So I have a school that's coming up that'll be opening soon. I'm still working on it. I never knew it took this much work because I got 1,000 things I'm juggling at one time. And also for those of you that would like to join my mother, she's having a conference in Dallas, Texas. It's at the Embassy Suites. The Embassy Suites right on Noah Road, which is, if you fly into Love Field, you get to fly into Love Field the airport, and the Embassy Suites that's on Noah Road right there. And it is from the 9th to the 11th of August. And she's going to be in Dallas. You can go to destinyhelper.ticketleap.com and you can get you a ticket. And go the ticket, and you got to get your airplane ticket. You got to get your hotel, and when you call the hotel, let them know you are there for the for Apostle Helen Sadler's conference. Is Each Process Leads to Freedom conference, and they will give you a discount on the hotel. And then the tickets for the conference itself, destinyhelper.ticketleap.com, get you a ticket so that you can be there. And those of you that can't fly there, you can also get a Zoom ticket so that you can be on Zoom and you can watch the entire broadcast from the 9th to the 11th on Zoom. If you can't be there in person, she's going to feed you, and it's going to be from the day to the evening. We're going to be having, and it is not a narcissist abuse conference. Each process leads to freedom. A lot of you are coming out of these situations. You need to, you have to learn how to live again. This is for your families. This is for your ministries. This is for your businesses, those careers, those that are trying to start businesses, those that are learning how to parent, those that are wanting to date, this is what this conference is about. Mine is about healing from past trauma. Mine is breaking generational cycles and breaking generational cycles and breaking generational trauma. You don't want to miss that. And gentlemen, we got to have you there to support. A few years ago when I went to Atlanta, we had some gentlemen to come out there. It was powerful. I loved it because the men were so sensitive to the women. And we have some lionesses out there. But these men, they were composed and they knew who they were. They talked about the trauma that they had been through. And the thing that I loved is that they were human. And they were like, listen, I've been hurt by some women and this is what I've been through. You know what I mean? So I want you guys to know I am looking forward to you guys being there. Gentlemen, email me so I can make sure I can send you an invoice so that you can get the discount and you can be there. I want as many people to turn out. You got to be there. We got the answers for you. And some of you guys can't afford coaching. Some of you guys can't afford, therapy. And some of you guys, listen, this conference is going to give you a lot of answers to your questions. And all the people that are on here are professional experts in the field that they operate in. And so you don't want to miss it. I also have a good friend of mine. Her name is Bridget Griffin. She's a domestic violence advocate. And she's going to talk about like this almost like this reoccurring cycle of abuse in the court system. And how families keep coming through the court system, and their children keep coming through the court system. You know, she's going to be talking about all that. This is all the stuff that you need to know. You know, what does it look like to get a restraining order or a no contact order? You know, what does it mean to be a domestic violence advocate? What should you be looking for in a domestic violence advocate? What should you be looking for? What should they be doing for you in court? You know, to get you a real domestic violence advocate. Ladies, gentlemen, don't be afraid to reach out for help. You have to get some help if you want to get beyond this, because a lot of these narcissists, the courtroom is their playground. Women that are super dramatic, you know, oh my gosh, he's beating me. Oh my gosh, this is what he did to the kids. And you know that they're lying. And likewise, some of the men are doing it to the women. They're narcissists. But remember, that statement, you don't understand, because deep down inside, I know they really love me. That's not truth. That is delusional. That is not truth. Okay, that is not truth at all. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you guys so much to my moderators. They ain't playing. They ain't playing. I was trying to help out, but Just Be Real tapped my hand, told me stop. Yeah, Just Be Real. Just Be Real tapped my hand, told me stop doing it. Oh yeah, God does forgive everybody, but most narcissists don't see anything wrong with themselves. So why should they repent? Because they don't see anything wrong with themselves. Something wrong with you, not them. So yes, he does forgive. But a narcissist doesn't see anything wrong with themselves. So you can't forgive someone that doesn't see anything wrong with themselves. And they never ask for forgiveness. You know what I mean? So yeah, good statement. But let's use the wisdom behind that statement. God will forgive anybody who asks to be forgiven. But a narcissist does not see anything wrong with themselves. They always see something wrong with everybody else. They don't take accountability. They don't take responsibility. So it's hard to ask for forgiveness and be forgiven for something you don't see yourself wrong in. So I don't see myself wrong. Why should I ask for forgiveness? It's not my fault. It's yours. That's how a narcissist thinks. Remember, I told you guys in the beginning of the broadcast, narcissists don't think the same way that you think. Narcissists are not like you. They don't think like you. And you can't put your thoughts onto them and to think that they think like you don't. I mean, that you do, because they don't. You know what I mean? But thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. Remember, email me. Let me know if you would like to be on the Zoom. And when we broadcast, I'm going to broadcast from Zoom on Facebook and on YouTube so that you can ask me questions and people can see your beautiful faces and they can hear what you have to say. And even gentlemen, to be on Zoom. Some of you guys have a lot to say, and sometimes women need to hear a word of encouragement from the men. Some of you, when you guys give words of encouragement, and even, think about it, Jeremy, Damon, if you have daughters, what would you say to your daughters? Sometimes the women that are on here, you have to handle them like daughters. What would you say to your daughter? What would you say to your sister? And sometimes women need to hear that. Sometimes they need to hear that. And so once again, thank you guys so much. I didn't want to keep you guys so long. Thank you so much, Just Be Real, because I know it's late and you're up late. And I'm going to try to call you tomorrow to check on you, see how you're doing. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoy your evening. I want you to go be great, be the greatest you. Thank you so much, Miss Wanda. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Is it Sharita. Thank you so much. You guys have a beautiful evening. Thank you so much for being here. And good night, everybody. Good night, YouTube. Good night, everybody. Let me make sure I know how to stop this. Okay.